Good evening, everybody, and welcome to I believe it's third episode of me, AlderinGames, doing stuff on Twitch. Uh, last time I did some code, trying to get something done. This time it's a completely different kind of code. Last time was Unity, and I was trying to make a procedural cube. This time, because I'm trying to get more into Twitch, more into streaming, trying to make things better, I figured I would, I thought one of the best ways to move forward with this whole Twitch thing would be to make a Twitch bot. And yeah, I have a little Twitch bot now. I basically just followed the tutorials. I went through several tutorials of various layers from various places. This is the product of it so far. It's obviously a work in progress, and our progress is going to be on this stream. My eventual goal for this little chatbot is to not just be a chatbot, but to be kind of an idle game. If you notice at the bottom of my stream, the big black space at the bottom says idle thoughts, and that's actually going to be the name of the game. It's idle thoughts. It's basically an idle game, but you're going to get more points if you chat, and if you're connected to other people in chat. There's a bunch of thoughts, but it's going to be highly animated and graphical on my streams. And there's the possibility that I might leave a stream running so people could play the game just on the stream, watch things happen on the stream. And basically every person is going to be a neuron in the display, and they'll just fire off electricity every once in a while, and it'll shoot down lines that are connected to other neurons, and everybody will get points for however many connections they're at. It's not fully fleshed out. I want it to be pretty. I want it to be kind of fun. But currently, it is just a chatbot. Well, it's a chatbot that can log the chats.
Sorry, I couldn't understand, but I may have a few recommendations.
Nobody asked you.
There's a skill called Chewbacca.
Silly thing. Okay, so where it's at now is it has the TMI system, which allows it to interact with the Twitch version of IRC, so it can talk in the channel, and it can receive messages from the channel. It shows up in the channel as someone you can and it can see all the messages that show up, so it can see if you somebody else, and it can read the emotes, although I'm really confused by the emote system. I sat there for a while just trying to decode all the information that the the system gives um, when something comes through. And this is a line straight from the response when the emote came through. It's like, I don't know what these numbers actually mean. And maybe there's a list of what they do, or maybe there isn't, and it's just Twitch internal. And that's, I guess that'll be for later. The good news is that these are represented in text form by the characters at those locations in that chat message. So the plain text version of whatever the emote or emoji is written out in the message, and then the Twitch emote system will go and overwrite that when it detects it. Anyway, it's interesting, and I spent a long time figuring all these things out. But emotes wasn't exactly what I was going to focus on. I did want to point out that the original command in the tutorial, the tutorial Twitch chatbot, was this D20 command. And if I type that out here, bang, there it is. You get the rolled a D20, or rolled a 12 out of 20. Not so great. I added in the critical failure and the critical success lines originally. I also added in the U, so it would actually get the it would say who rolled the dice. Because if 2 or 3 people tried to roll dice at the same time, it would just say you rolled a critical failure, or you rolled something, and it's like, was it in order? I don't know. So I made it say their actual name. I thought that was a good thing. But I honestly don't exactly know what to do next. Oh yeah, where I left off, I wanted the display of who was online in the idle thoughts window, and this is the preview window here. I wanted it to show the neurons. I wanted to work on the display, what it looks like when people are logged in. And I honestly want to. I don't know if it's going to be possible, but I want to use the people's actual profile image, like mine down in the bottom right. It's going to be scaled down a lot because it's only going to be like a 15 or 20 pixel circle. But I think it would be cool to have people's little icons down there. And I also eventually want to replace the chat window in the stream. You can see it over there. I think this works, even though it shouldn't, because it's not there on my screen, but that's okay. Yeah, if I could replace that with the chat system from this bot, that would show the person's icons as well as their name and what they said. I think it'd be nice. And that's all for that. So in the Idle Thoughts display, I have an on resize, so if you resize the window, it resizes the canvas that it's going to draw on. The canvas is always going to cover the whole screen. So no matter what shape OBS gives it down at the bottom, it's going to be the right shape, and it knows where the edges are. I don't have to deal with that. And I did some testing, and I had another streamer I follow. They did some testing, and it turned out that the OBS browser plugin is really capable. It's even capable of doing Web 3D things, which impressed me. I didn't expect them to go that far, but they did. So it's not going to have any problem with my simple little Canvas 2D activity. And so I'm going to want a bunch of them, so I wanted to make it a class. There's so many different ways to do object-oriented in JavaScript. I'm using this method because it just felt right to me. Function and the name of the class, I guess. I could have called it class, and then not used all the thises. Yeah, I've been programming in JavaScript for longer than I care to admit. So they've changed things several times, and I'm not up with the latest part. And so what I wanted was, they're not neurons. I am going to make an artificial neural network at some point. So these aren't neurons, they're just neuros. And they're going to be circles with a radius. So they're going to be O's, and they're going to be neuros anyway. And then the dendries are going to be connecting between neuros. So that's where I am, and the next thing I want to do is just move along with this and get things working. One thing I want to do in it. Oh, also, I am very much a two-screen user, and I can't stream both screens. And the other screen is where I have OBS and all the stream controls going, but it's also going to be where I'm doing lookups for specifics. What I wanted was the other form of set timeout, which is the see also set interval. It repeatedly calls a function or executes code snippet. The fixed time delay between each call. Yeah, that's what I want. So what I want, I think it is window dot set interval. Function is hit, and delay is, I'm gonna set it to 50. Not that it's going to do anything yet, but that way the tick function, which seriously doesn't do anything yet, is going to get called every 50 milliseconds, which is about 20 times per second. So 20 FPS. And that's just for this development phase. I don't want to accidentally do something that then overloads everything. One thing that's going to help is that OBS is not going to refresh. So it's not going to get that until and unless I force it to refresh. So I got that going for me. I'm not going to crash OBS if I change something here, and I'm not going to refresh that in OBS until it's working separately. And basically, I have an array up here for all the neuros and all the dendries. And so what I can do is for I 0 I is less than zeros 1 plus zeros I tick. And that should run just fine. I don't see a spike in processor use, so I think we're good. That would be this one here. Memory's a little spilled, but processor's good. And it's actually kind of fascinating. Network isn't... Oh, that's disk. Network. That's system load. Do I not have network up here? That's interesting. Well, okay then. Never mind. I was gonna say, it looks like the network use is really low for me streaming something, but apparently I don't have a monitor for that. So in the normal state, which is also the default state, so I haven't fully decided what I want this to do. So it runs every cycle. And it changes how it should be displayed. And I want them, I want all the neuros to have like their own timer and their own frequency of just kind of pulsing and, you know, or blinking and sending things. And so yeah, I'm going to have to majorly adjust that as things go. But the tick function allows it to change its internal state. And then the global tick, the window, is going to, you know, call their ticks, and then I mean, have a thing for that. There. So I need not that dendries have a draw yet, but let me put that in. And a tick, because they both need it. There. Also, that's it. Do there. So clears the screen, and then it draws all the neuros, draws all the dendries. Simple. So in the tick function, the dendries not doing anything yet. You don't have anything to do right now. So the dendrites are just going to be like indicating a direction of power going from one neuron to another. And they're going to have a certain number of segments. And that's going to vary depending on the length, the distance between the two neurons that the dendrite is connected to. The tick is going to change like the thickness of the line, and possibly even the radius. of the neuron. I know I'm not showing a lot, I'm talking a lot, but I haven't gotten to the show part. So, well, I'm working on it. Let's see here. That works. Might want to do. Good. Display something. Aha! And it does. Idle thoughts went away though. I might have to redraw that. How do you draw text on a canvas? Let's look that up. That doesn't. Here's where the pop out feature comes in handy, because then I can actually on this. Oh, right, CTX. It's not CTX. It's display CTX. That should be better. Where is it? Oh, well, that's silly of me. Okay, let's draw this, and then clear the screen. There we go. It still says idle thoughts now. Might be a little high. It's interesting. I did say 10. Okay. There we go. Now I have idle thoughts. And the display of one dot. And like I said, I want people's icons to be inside those dots. I don't know if that's ever going to work, but that's what I want. Alright. So now I can do something let's ignore this. Let's make something happen. If this dot power, so let's make it 0, stand up equal to 0. This dot power equals 0. And we'll just say this power is 128. Else this dot power minus minus. And in neuro, stop line width equals 4. Let's say the maximum is going to be 20 pixels. Yeah. Wait. I think that's right. I didn't like it. Is not defined. Right. It's not just power, it's this dot power. Still something. Oh. I saw a flash. Oh. That's not the pulsing I expected. It happens. Okay. Okay, that is a little more than I expected. Just it's like if I wanted 20 steps, but there's 128 power limit. Then one step would be 128 divided by 20. But that's how many cycles it takes. I want to get the... math is hard late at night sometimes. If it's power divided by 128, it'll give us a... Okay. So if we do 128 there. And we do dot power divided by 28 times 20 plus 1. I think that works. Yeah. That's more what I was thinking. And the +1 is just so that it's always... There's always going to be a line there. Probably +2. It just looks better. $20 might be too much. 10? Yeah. I kind of wish it didn't expand inwards as well as outwards. It's like I have to add I didn't like it. What did I do wrong this time? Oh, because... Well, should be capital. But that's... Huh. And it helps if I put the... If I name it right. Yeah. I should fix it. Yeah, it's better. So, instead of having just one value for radius, I have a fixed radius that is the size of the inner circle. And then I add half the line width so that the border of the line expands only outwards. All right. Now what I want to do is put in I would like better color. However, programmatically dealing with this color form kind of sucks. Let me see if there's... You use RGB, you don't use that. So if we go RGB 0, 28, should not change things at all. Of course it's broken. Why is it broken? Refresh. RGB is not defined. So it does use quotes if it's in the script, but not if it's in CSS. I see. Right, same color. So what I want is the start color. No. Call it G because it's the G value I'm adjusting. So G equals this dot power divided by 128 times 128. I know it seems stupid, but what I want to do, the first 128 is like the maximum power level that it could be. And if I want to change the maximum, what I'm trying to do here is to scale it to between 0 and 128. Mention that. The reason is RGB 0, comma, quote, plus G, comma, 255. I think that'll work. Oh, wait. G plus 28. I don't want to go over 255. 128 plus 127 is 255. 128 plus 128 is 256, and that might cause an overflow and an error, and I don't want that. Okay. You see how it like has the glow to it, and then it fades down to the color it normally would be. That's what I wanted. Yeah. Though I might want, if I said 64 here, add 64 here, and 64 here. So now the maximum is 64, but that still gives us values between 0 and 128 for the color, so it still gives us the right color range. That's what I was looking for. See, I'm not crazy entirely. And no, I don't want them to be doing this constantly. It's just when they flash and when they send out their pulse, I want them to to do this. And this dot power equals 64, which is max power. This dot color equals white. Else. There. And there's a better way to write that. This dot color equals. This dot power is equal to 64. Question mark. That. Golden. That. So it's got this flash of white in there. That'll be nice and bright. I need to slow down again. That's only one frame. So, but I think it's all right. Yeah, I like it so far. Then it just kind of shrinks back down. I wonder. I even need to do that. I don't. And that looks so much better. Don't constrain your line width or radii to integers if you don't have to. That is much nicer. Just a nice smooth shrink down. I like it. Ooh. Do that, but the other side is just like, if it's max, dang, it's all white. But if it's not max, the inside's black. Let's see how that. Hmm. Interesting how it only flashes every other pulse. Alright, let's play with our speed here. That's in our init. Wait. Yeah, set in. Let's 3 frames per second. Because I want to see it. So it was all white there, and it shrinks back down. That's how it's supposed to go. But there it grew back out to 64 full power, but it didn't flash. And there it flashed. It's probably this. I don't know how. No, I don't understand it. Because if it's 0, it'll be 64, and it skips the minus minus, so it'll be 64 if it comes down here. If it's less than 0, it'll be 64, and it won't do the else. So all this should go through fine. That's weird. Huh. I don't know if I'm ever going to figure that one out. But, yeah, that's just how it be. I rolled a 14. Okay. So I've got a neuron, and it's got a pulse, and I don't understand why it only does it every other time, but maybe we'll just deal with it. Move along. I was expect this to be at the bottom of that function, so we go to 30, which is quite a high frame rate. We'll never see the flash, really. It's not there for so long, and look at the spike in the processor use. Well, that could also be an ad on some other page loading. It happens. Okay, but I do like the smooth, reduce. I might need to make like a flash object, kind of like a particle. I think that would work. Maybe. Nope. Hmm. I mean, obviously, restore. I'm gonna give it its own darn tick. So what I was thinking was that it could just remove itself from memory when it was done, and you just make a new flash particle and it just dies on its own and disappears. The trouble is, how do I know what flash particles are here? I think I know. I think I can fix it. Now I know which index in the array it is. Now I just have to look up how to remove an array. Remove an index from an array, and then it won't work. Dang it. Like I said, math is hard sometimes. Hmm. the stuff I'm finding for how to remove remove an object from the list without changing the rest of the objects, right? Because if I have a flash particle and it puts itself on the list, so the tick function, the big one, can actually loop through it. One sparkle. That was weird. So the tick function can loop through them, adjust them, and then display them. They should be last drawn, so they are on top. My problem is, how do I remove a particle from the list of particles? If I just pop from the list of particles, I don't know if that's the actual particle that just died from ending its time to live. So I need to find the right particle in the array, and that kind of sucks. It's weird. And then all the stuff I'm finding about how to remove an object from the arrays, it's all about just numbers. Like, I want to remove an object. And they're like going through the array. It's like, does this equal that? Well, I don't think that's gonna work. Exactly. Or is it? Equal to this. It's not equal to this. R dot push particles. particles are. I think that would, I mean, it makes a new array. It adds the particles that are not this particle to that array, and then it reassigns the global particles to the new array that doesn't have this particle in it. That might work. I mean, considering the particles are added with a push for this, if it's not equal to this, that honestly might actually work. Flash particle. Things should make a lot more sense now. Flash particle. I didn't even run it. Ugh. Typing sucks. Let's see. Right. What I wanted that for is here. Flash particle. Should do it, I think, maybe. Didn't like it. What didn't it like? Unexpected token. I did something silly somewhere. Where? 49. I see. I see what I did there. Pick equals function. Draw equals function. Still no? TL is not defined. $151. This dot. Seems to be working. I could let it run overnight and see if it's actually causing a memory leak. And it's running every time the cycle goes through. Slow it back down again and see what it does. Does seem a little small though. Why does it seem small? Oh, I know why it seems small. Because it doesn't have a line on the outside. Yeah, that should fix it. Yeah. If we give these this dot lifetime that it can compare against, then we can fix the fill style. We can fix the fill style based on how far it is through its life. Which actually just needs to be RGB 255 plus fill, no, this dot TTL divided by this dot left. Yeah, I think that should work. Yeah. Because then it fades from solid to... So it fades out because I'm changing the alpha. So when the TTL and the lifetime are the same number, it's closer to 1, which is fully opaque, and then as it lives, as its time passes, it fades, and we can do something fun like we'll do 60. Yeah. And then we'll put it back to fast. I like it. Yes, I'm a fan of procedural animation. And this is just how things are gonna look. You know, when the game is out there. It's gonna be great. Might want a little more yellow to that. Maybe not that much. Yeah. Just a hint of yellow. Particles. It's sparkly. I could have done it every cycle, but that would have been overwhelming. Yeah. Now they're just occasional sparkles. Maybe 20 is too much. I like random sparkles. We could just do every frame. Yeah, it's too much. But, you know, looking at the ye olde CPU graph, it's not that intense. And, you know, I am streaming, and it's showing up in the stream as far as I can see, which tells me that it will work pretty well. Yeah, let's actually go to OBS and refresh this thing. There we go. There. Now that's what it looks like at the bottom. It's exciting. And all sparkly and stuff. Yeah, this has nothing to do with the chatbot yet. These things are going to be they're going to be incorporated as I get more data from the chatbot, process it. It's a little late tonight for me to be getting into nittier grittier code. I'm making silly mistakes and I know it. I am not caffeinated enough, and I shouldn't be because I still have work in the morning. Day job calls. But I like the flash particles. I think it's nice. And it gives a clue as to how the eventual game is going to look at the bottom of my streams. I actually adjust it a bit. Come on. So 200. Yeah. I mean, obviously it's not written in stone. Oh. And I have to there. Much better. I still should fix the speed. It doesn't have to be that sparkly. There's my sparkles. That's better. Maybe. Yeah. There. Not constant sparkles, but a good sparkly. I have sparklies. It's good. I like it. Yeah. Yep. Yep. And so you can just imagine you've got these little guys down here, and they occasionally pulse, and they send pulses. I gotta draw the dendrites. I'm not sure how to do that yet. Sorry, dendries. Because they're not actually neurologically functional. So they're just displays. It's just for the fun of it. I mean, my whole stream is just for the fun of it. I think I momentarily had the number 3, but well, I'm on here and the bot's on here. That's 2. And it's been 2 for the whole stream, except for a very brief period where there were 3. No idea who stopped by. This is the first stream that I posted on Twitter and Facebook. So, I don't know. You know, if nobody shows up, oh well. I'm having fun. Because the next thing I should do is pull the players from the player database and make Neuros for the players. And I think I might need to give the Neuros some intelligence. Yeah, I want them to have collision, so like they can't be overlapping, and I want them to kind of cluster together. And one thing I want is that when they have dendries, they want to make the dendries shorter. And the dendries don't collide; they're just connected. But the longer the dendry is, the more the 2 Neuros are going to want to get closer to each other. But it has to be balanced with any other dendries that they have connected to any other Neuros. And I don't want them to be able to go off the screen. So they're all going to like crowd around and jostle and try to rearrange themselves to connect with whichever Neuro, or make the dendry shorter, but only to a certain point. Like the dendries can't get shorter than the normal diameter of the Neuros. So they can't actually get any closer than that. And then, you know, as things show up, I don't know, we'll see interesting clusters, and then when somebody chats, it's going to make their neuro flash, and the dendries are going to send that flash along their lengths, and it's going to hit the other neuros, which will make them flash and send things along their dendries, and it'll be all sparkly and shiny and fun. And that's the plan. Sparkly and shiny and fun. Let me see about turning down the background brightness a little bit. I think I like that. Yeah. Sparkly and shiny and fun. Ooh, that's another thing I could do with the particles. The radius. The color. Yeah, that should be stock color equals this. Stock color. Yeah. And then this dot radius. This dot set radius equals 0. I'm going to leave that part there. Then this dot set if this dot set radius equal to 0. This dot set radius equals this dot radius. Don't even need those. Just simply do that. So the first time it gets ticked, whatever its radius is, set radius gets set to that radius. So even the randomly set radiuses, the set radius will get set to it. Then this dot radius equals this dot set radius times this dot TTL divided by this dot lifetime. Nope. Something broke. And it doesn't even tell me what it was. Oh, goody. A hidden bug. What'd I do wrong? So that's a tick. This is set radius. Start radius equals this dot set radius, which should be set, times and this should be a value between not quite 0 and 1. Me and my IU problem. There they go. And now they shrink as they fade. Oh, that is so much more sparkle-like. I love it. It's more sparkle-like. So, maybe we can make them bigger now. Wait. Times 10. But plus 5. Yeah. Alright. Maybe times 5 plus 5. Still a max of 10, but it's a minimum of 5. So all the sparkles will be sparkles. Yes. This is good. I like it. There. New sparklies. I have sparkles. Stream sparkles. Yes, I'm enjoying the stream sparkles. And the center pulse. But I think I'm gonna have to call it for tonight. I'm getting tired. And the next thing I want to dive into is actually like having a physics system. I'm not gonna have gravity, but I want the neuros to be attracted to each other. I want them to have some collision detection. So I need to be able to run collision detection. And I don't need any big physics framework, even a 2D physics framework like Bullet or anything like that. This is simple, and I don't need to run a massive framework for it. I just want to add in a few functions that will, do some attraction vectors and some collision detection, and then the dendries are going to define themselves based on the distance between the two neuros and which way the things are going. It'll be a longer path than I expected, kind of, maybe. That's what happens with all my projects, so, But this one I'm sharing. So, maybe somebody will find this and be like, yeah, I want to watch the rest of this. And maybe I'll get more people to show up. And maybe I'll even get some help. I need help. I mean, maybe not with the code. Maybe with the code. Let me know, future watchers of this video. I look forward to it. I look forward to you telling me what I could have done better, faster, where I could have gotten better information, or what I could have done to make the object-orientedness make more sense, or be easier to type in, or be easier to edit. I'm open. I'm open to all the suggestions. Meanwhile, I'm closed for this stream because I'm tired. But thanks for watching. You future watchers of video here. Thank you for commenting eventually. I'll talk to you in the future. Yeah. And I hope you have fun. Yeah, that's it. Have fun. See you next time. I hope. Bye.